Hello, guys, and welcome to a productive day in the life of me as a medical student in the summer. So, it's not going to be crazy productive, but we're going to get some things done. And while we are here, please don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, as that really does help me a lot. After getting my glasses on and getting out of bed, I like to blind myself with a lot of sunlight just to get my body awake, get me out of the mindset of going back to bed. On days like today where I know I want to be productive, I will try to make my bed. It's not often, but making my bed gives me a little boost of, you started your day with something that was productive, so you might as well keep going. And as Dolly successfully begs for pets, I give her the best pets in the world. Take her out and come back in to wash my face. My skincare routine is probably the most basic you'll find. I don't really have anything that fancy, but I usually use a CeraVe facial cleanser. After that, for the treatment part, just anything with sialic acid in it, I will use a Neutrogena kind of face scrub, and after that, I will moisturize with CeraVe SPF moisturizer just to make sure my skin's protected from those UV rays. After washing my face, you'll notice I did not brush my teeth, being that I like to brush my teeth at least 30 minutes after having my morning coffee. So this morning we're going to be doing an espresso coffee with just 2 shots of espresso and some creamer foam. With a dash of cinnamon, and this should be enough to get me going. I usually don't need too much coffee to get me going because I try to monitor how much intake I'm having so my body doesn't get too used to the coffee so that the caffeine can work at low levels. And after finishing the coffee, I'll bring it to my room and get started on some unfortunate summer Anki. Unfortunately, though it is summertime, I do still have cards that are due, and I could postpone them, but I would rather do them during the summer and get the due count dwindling down so by the time MS2 officially starts, I won't have that many due cards. After getting my Anki done, I joined the WebEx for the microbiology lecture for the internship I am TAing for. This summer, one of the jobs I have is to be a JAMP internship for microbiology and biochemistry medical school lectures some of the JAMP interns are getting. It's a super fun and rewarding experience to get to mentor people who are in positions that I were in about 2 years ago and get to refresh and teach on these super important topics. Usually after the first lecture is done, there will be a second, but there's usually a break in between and I will have finished my coffee by then, so I use this time to go and brush my teeth. After the second lecture, I do find some time to watch 1 or 2 sketchy videos for the day. I believe the sketchy video I'm watching here is an overview of the flavivirus. While watching these videos, I usually take notes and then go to first aid to further cement the information, and afterwards do the Anki for the corresponding video. It's about noon and you guys probably noticed I haven't eaten for the day, which when I'm busy usually tends to happen. Some call it intermittent fasting. I just call it being busy. So I usually will eat around noon when I'm crazy busy. And one of my go-tos is just a bowl of oatmeal because it's mostly healthy and pretty filling. While eating the bowl of oatmeal, I get started on one of the research projects I am working on this summer. I am finalizing the data point forms that I am going to be entering data into. After working on the research, I am going to volunteer at the Houston Food Bank. I go about once a week, every Tuesday. It's a fun way to get out of the house and feel like I'm giving back to the community, which is pretty important when sometimes you feel really stagnant during your first 2 years of medical school when you're doing a lot of just textbook work. And because during the pandemic things were closed down, I didn't get to volunteer much, so this is a pretty fun event for me. It is about 4 o'clock and volunteering has ended, and I do have to work out for today, but before that, I'm going to stop at the grocery store on the way back home, grab some ingredients for some ricotta meatballs and spaghetti, and I think I'm also going to make some crunchy cookie butter cookies, so a cookie inside of a cookie basically from the spread you can buy at Trader Joe's. Once I buy all the ingredients and I'm back at home, I do about a 45-minute workout. Today has been busy and I might have foregone the workout had it not been for the fact that I've already taken 2 rest days, so I decided to actually just push through and get some workout in. Once I am finished the workout, I mince some onions and garlic to get ready for the meatballs. A storm starts brewing while I'm cooking, and it starts downpouring rain. So now we're going to saute the onion and garlic. Not too much, just wet them. We're going to use some olive oil to do the trick. Once those are done, I get them into a bowl with the ground beef, the ricotta cheese, Italian parsley, 1 egg, salt, pepper, and cayenne pepper. I give it a mix until it's almost mixed thoroughly, not all the way, but just almost. And then I add the breadcrumbs and then mix it 100%. Now comes my favorite part of making meatballs, is actually rolling the meatballs together, making these nice little 1-inch, I guess, 1.5 inch balls, and getting them ready for the pan. And you put them on the pan and you get that beautiful sizzle. I'm just gonna let you guys just listen to the sizzle for a little bit. I'm gonna shut up. Ready? I don't know if that's weird that I really like the sound of that, but it is something I really enjoy about cooking. Once those have pretty much browned on all sides, I'm gonna pour it in the marinara with a cup of water. And we'll let those simmer for 30 minutes and get started on our cookies. The cookie recipe is super simple. It really just calls for brown sugar, the crunchy cookie butter from Trader Joe's, some baking soda, chocolate chips, and 1 egg. Once you mix all that together and you got the dough, you really just get your balls of dough onto a pan and bake. After we popped those cookies in the oven, we did have the pasta done, the marinara meatball sauce mixture done, and we have dinner ready. And in a few minutes, the cookies should also be done. They don't look so pretty, but I promise they taste amazing. Once they're out of the oven, I give it a little sea salt sprinkle, and it is just uphill from there. Once I am done with dinner for tonight and I am visibly stuffed, I put all the food away in containers, get it in the fridge, and get ready for bed. Brushing my teeth is always the very last thing I do before bed, and I usually go straight from here, straight to bed, don't touch my phone or anything, to make sure that I get as little blue light intake before bed as possible. Thanks for joining me on this random productive day in my life, and I will see you guys on the very next MedHead.